It is difficult, even now that a year has passed, for the parents of Ibanez and Siley Veo not to dwell on their daughters' deaths. Ibanez, 2, and Siley, 1, were scalded to death on December 7 by Radiator steam in a city-funded apartment for the homeless in the Bronx. A valve on the radiator in their bedroom had come off. Mayor Bill de Blasio called it a freak accident, and the authorities were never able to explain how the valve became separated from the radiator. The parents have since filed a lawsuit charging that the city was negligent and failed to ensure safe conditions for families seeking shelter. The lawsuit, filed in State Supreme Court in the Bronx in September but not previously reported, blames the city for poor oversight of the apartments that it used to house the homeless, known as cluster site apartments, a system of thousands of units that Mr. de Blasio has criticized as being rife with problems and has vowed to shut down. The building on Hunts Point Avenue where the girls lived with their parents, Danielle McGuire and Pete Ambrose, is no longer used by the city to house homeless families, according to the Department of Homeless Services. The lawsuit, filed by Robert J. Monschletzi, a lawyer for Ms. McGuire and Mr. Ambrose, also names the owner of the building, Moshe Pillar, and the social services agency that administered homeless apartments in that building under contract with the city, Bushwick Economic Development Corporation, as defendants. An amended complaint filed last month says that the girls died horrific and agonizing deaths in their parents' arms, while their parents tried to save them. It says that the couple witnessed a scene that would torment any parents for the rest of their natural lives, finding their two loving and innocent daughters scalded, their bodies purple and skin peeling off while the two girls lay there barely holding on to their lives prior to succumbing to their injuries. The lawsuit says that the parents now live in Greenbush, ME, a town near Bangor. They had previously lived in Holton, ME, near the Canadian border. Wade McGuire, Ms. McGuire's father, said in a telephone interview that his daughter and her husband were still taking it awful hard. "They're thinking about having another kid but I don't know how that's going," he said. "I don't know what's going to become of it," adding that he still thinks about the girls every day. The parents moved from Maine to New York City in 2016 and quickly applied for homeless housing, eventually being placed in the Bronx apartment. Mr. Ambrose wrote in social media posts online of his struggles with substance abuse. The court papers say that other tenants in the Bronx building had complained about problems with the radiators and that the city ignored warning signs and complaints about dangerous conditions in the building and at other cluster sites. Nick Paolucci, a spokesman for the city's law department, said that the city would respond to the complaint in court. On her Facebook page, Ms. McGuire wrote about attending a vigil for the girls in New York City last week, on the anniversary of their deaths. "It's crazy, it's been a year since you girls were talking from us, Daddy, and I miss you so much. Not a second goes by that you are not on our minds. Love you so much. Ibanez and Siley Veo. Thank you so much everyone for the beautiful vigil."